What if you could erase all your painful memories? Would you take that chance? Raise your hands if you would. Come on, don't be shy. Well, I can guarantee you that by the end of this speech, you'll either change your mind or at the very least, reconsider your own answer. Well, don't believe me? Fine, prove me wrong then. But it's okay. You can sit back and relax because one of my favorite movies of all time has actually already answered the question for us. Is everyone fine with me summarizing the entire movie for a while? Thumbs up? Okay, so the movie, it follows a man named Joel, who on one random Valentine's Day decided to skip work and head to a beach called Montauk, where he meets this girl, Clementine. She was a woman who was able to bring vibrant colors into his colorless world. And just like every other relationship, everything between them seemed perfect, until suddenly, it takes a painful turn as he discovers that Clementine has undergone a procedure to completely erase all memories of him. Unable to bear the pain and confusion caused by the heartbreak, he ultimately decided that the most rational thing to do was to undergo the same procedure as well, hoping to forget all memories of her. And while watching this movie, I found myself fully agreeing with his decisions. Makes sense, doesn't it? I mean, don't you guys agree? Like, if he's suffering from something that never actually happened in the first place, then surely all his sufferings should disappear. After all, if the wound was never inflicted, how could it ever bleed? Like, can you imagine seeing something just a few seconds ago and forgetting it all instantly? Let me put that into perspective. Could anyone tell me what the color of the previous slide was? Raise your hands if you think it's blue. Raise your hands if you think it was orange. Raise your hands if you think it was green. No? Well, chances are you can't. And can you imagine that happening but with all your bad memories? It sounds like a dream come true. Now, back to the movie, right? During the procedure, the mind erasing procedure, Joel found himself subconsciously trapped in a surreal limbo between the past and the present. And as the process unfolded, he had to relive all his painful memories, experiencing a bittersweet sense of relief as each and every single one of them faded away. But after the painful memories were gone, the joyful moments he shared, the times he felt genuinely happy, followed. And it was in these moments that he started to regret his decisions again. So, in an attempt to, once again, avoid his mistakes, he took his illusion of Clementine, running and racing against the inevitable erasure. But after countless of failed efforts, they found themselves back at the first memory, back in Montauk, where they first met. And as they stood in front of the ocean, Clementine asked him, "It's all gonna be gone soon. What should we do?" To which he simply replied, "Enjoy it." This heartbreaking scene shows his realization that he can't once more undo his mistakes and has chosen to accept them this time. After watching this movie, it steered my attention away from the half-empty glass, making me acknowledge that there's actually a full half just beneath it. And I'm thankful I was never given the opportunity because I know for a fact I would have taken it in a heartbeat and I'd have the emotional maturity of a toddler. But this raises an interesting question though. Should or should there not be exceptions to this idea of erasure? Like, how severe does your experience have to be for you to be justified to erase your memories? Like, do you guys think a soldier returning from war would be better off erasing all of his painful memories? Yeah, right? Obviously. And so those were the questions I constantly asked myself until I stumbled across this book. In Love and War, written by James Stockdale. If you don't know who he is, he's a US Navy pilot. He was held captive during the Vietnam War. For over 7 years, he was tortured, abused, and starved. Yet, afterwards, after his release, if you're going through something, whether something personal or not, you can always succeed in it if you could see light at the end of the tunnel. Like, take me, for example. I can see Francis' talk ending in a few more minutes. I know I'll be fine. The moment I walk through that door, I won't ever have to think about this anymore. But what if I don't know when it'll ever end? What if I can't see light at the end of the tunnel? So after Stockdale's release, he was interviewed by another man, Jim Collins. He's an American author. He curiously asked, "How were you able to cope with what seemed so endless?" And he replied, "I never wavered in my fate. Not only that I would get out, but that I would turn it into the most defining event of my life. In retrospect, I would not trade." Then Collins curiously asked again, "Who didn't make it out as strong as you?" And he replied, "The optimist." The optimist? That sounded pretty weird. He said he's going to turn it into the most defining event of his life. He had never wavered his faith in getting out. So he sounded pretty optimistic, and he explained. The optimists, they were the ones who said, "We'll be out by Christmas." Christmas would come, Christmas would go, followed by Easter, then Thanksgiving, and it'd be Christmas again, and they'd die of a broken heart. If you don't already know, this is known as the Stockdale paradox, which suggests that in order to prevail through a tough situation, we must balance both optimism and realism. So rather than wanting to forget or erase our memories, we must accept the brutal reality of our situations and understand that it's a necessary step. It's not something we could skip over. But we should continue to believe that better times lie ahead. You'll always have bad times, but you'll wake up to the good stuff you weren't paying attention to. Now, on the topic of attention, let's play another game. Could anyone tell me what the color of Stockdale's hair was? Raise your hands if you think it was black. Raise your hands if you think it was white. Raise your hands if you think, ginger. But, okay, for those of you who answered anything else aside from white, I'm going to assume you've lost twice to me. So, congratulations! Now, back though, I truly want to emphasize that being able to move forward in life is truly so important. Just like the movie, after Joel and Clementine had separated, fate brought them back together, giving them a chance to start over. They soon discovered each other's toxic nature of their first relationship. But yet, despite everything, they chose to push ahead, hoping they wouldn't make the same mistakes. Which is ironic. How could they prevent themselves from making the same mistakes if they had never experienced it in the first place? Thus, proving that forgetting your memories isn't always a good thing. How happy is the blameless vestal's lot? The world forgetting by the world forgot. Eternal sunshine of the spotless mind. Each prayer accepted and each wish resigned. I'll be hoping that the message I'm trying to deliver finds you and finds you well. And while the powerful play goes on and you may contribute a verse, what will your verse be? Thank you all. That's all from me. My name is Hardiwijaya.